Ladies and gentlemen, there is more where that came from. Yes, it's going to be Colin Eriksen versus yet another Gravy Bones, but it's going to be a completely different flavor. The heel, Evan Bridges himself, has no chance at making the Players' Championship, but he's here to mess up everybody else's day, and he has done so up until this point. Can he ruin Collins and rob him of $200 and all of the gold in his coffers?
We'll find out soon, but based on the way that last game went, he has his work cut out for him. Like you said, it's a very different deck list. I think more favored than the last one we watched. The last one is very ally heavy, and I think Kassai just loves cutting those allies down. So having the more explosive offensive potential means that Evan, if he can string together some really strong offensive turns, especially early, and get the tempo, he's got a shot. You always have a shot when you're playing Gravy.
Well, let's dispense with the formalities then. Raise the music. This is the final match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. These two are definitely friends. They participate at the same locals, but they're both out for blood.
Hell, they're even wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, how about that? This is going to be a fearsome match between, yes, friendly competitors. Oh, as Evan takes a pause to tell his girlfriend that he is on stream.
There you go. You got to let the family and friends know, the loved ones.
I wonder if he told them that we're going to trash him the entire time.
I mean, what if we were nice to him so that his girlfriend could be, like, proud of him? Was that a crazy thing to say?
We're going to take a pause, folks, as we kick Michael Murray out of the booth and onto the street where he belongs for that comment.
Sorry,
we're also
guys.
bringing the volume down so that our players can't hear us in this empty store. Hot Streak is the first action resolved here. Pitching a Blood on Her Hands, a card that we saw used to great effect in the previous match. Portside Exchange is the block for Evan Bridges. Both players at 40 life. Glint the Quicksilver is going to confer go again and also allow Colin to draw a card. He's got himself an in the swing off the top. Does he want to try to leak a little bit of damage? The eyebrow goes all the way up to the top of his forehead. And no, Colin just says, here comes Command and Conquer. Evan laying down the hand with glee.
So if we're looking at a game of fatigue, Colin just spent 2 cards for Evan's 4. So already off to the races, getting 2 up on Evan, assuming they both brought a 60-card deck.
Evan's got himself a good starter here. Chart the high seas at the ready. Compass first, though. Check the top of that deck. From 1 gold to no gold goes King Bones. Evan activating Gravy Bones' ability. Has a couple options here, but Swabby is the choice for the ally. Into the bin it goes and chart the high seas. Evan is going gambling. Finds himself a Sea Legs and a Chum.
Wait, that's good. Yeah,
That's not
that's
bad.
fine. That's fine. If he didn't need the resources, that's great.
The downside here, though, is that Sea Legs does not generate the Gold Kiss rum because it's not being discarded. It is being essentially milled off the top of the deck.
Just building up that graveyard. A Chum is a great thing to see this early in the game.
Thick as thieves are these two, but thick as chum is what Evan is trying to get to. A phrase coined by my co-caster for some ungodly
I will take
reason.
credit for that.
You can have it.
I'm sure Elliot's proud of me for that one.
At least somebody is.
Oh, yeah.
Death Threats is going to generate a resource here. Evan still has a blue in the hand, but no, he's going to pitch the other copy of Chum Friendly First Mate from the hand to resolve Swabby and swing Swabby for 7. Will they never stop, Michael?
What?
7 with an activation of Gold Baited Hook is going to be stuffed by Colin Eriksen's 1 card and sink below. Still no damage conferred to either of these players thus far. Colin Eriksen with 2 cards in hand and 1 in the arsenal. I think he's going for Evan Swabby.
That makes a lot of sense. You got to clear those allies, especially early in the game, and we see it starting once again, blending them up into soup, sending them down to the bottom of the ocean.
It's a special kind of soup, and that is copper soup.
Yeah,
Spoils of War is going
those.
to confer 2 copper tokens on the first swing, and another 2 on the... Wait, how did Chum get destroyed there?
Huh?
Why is Evan's Chum dead? Only 4 damage has come across so far.
I don't know.
That's very confusing. Okay, 4 damage. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a Swabby. I'm so tired,
that's
folks.
why.
Sorry. The Swabby does die to 4 damage. I definitely thought that was a Chum on the board. even though we just saw
Sure, we
Swabby
pitched
swing for
one.
7.
We see one in the graveyard face up, but
I'm alive. I'm feeling it.
Oh,
Justin, get over here and give me an adrenaline shot.
and he takes the additional 2, going down to 38. Colin had a second swing ready just in case Evan decided to commit to blocks, but I think the Gravy really needs to try to block as little as possible in this matchup, really using all the cards on offense as possible to try to build up that really, really deadly board and threaten tons of damage.
Call to the grave, starting off the graveyard tutor is Evan Bridges. Really not finding what he wants, and there it is. Oyston, Heart of Gold.
Trying to hit curve, I assume. Maybe give an ally that's a little less tempting to clear. Giving the Gravy Gold is not exactly what you want to be doing, but I don't know that Colin cares that much.
Oh, he's going to kill that Oyston on sight. I guarantee it. He's not going to think about it for too long. Dead Threads. Generates a resource. Gold-baited hook plus Golden Tipple. Discarding a Limpet hop along. We're seeing a lot of allies for Evan Bridges early. We're also seeing a lot of allies that were not brought in by Zachary Wallach in the previous game against Colin Eriksen.
Yeah, so far this feels like a little bit of a better start. No conquerors, nothing crazy, but we are sending attacks Colin's way and asking him to block.
No conquerors? What do you mean? He's got 2 in the hand.
2? Oops.
I think so. He's going to, fish on the top of the deck. Try to find another blue.
Ooh, found an
Unlucky
ally.
there. Has another opportunity with the gold. Did
This
he
time?
find the blue? No, it's another Swabby.
Ooh. He could have maybe used that compass, right?
He could have used the compass. That is correct.
Just had too much faith.
I think
the
he's.
deck.
I think he was thinking maybe there was nothing going to stop him from activating Gravy Bones there. So what does it matter if he sees what the top of the deck is?
Fair enough. And our producer is asking us to please be quiet. It's very quiet in here. And can't be shouting the names of cards in players' hands, especially.
Bring it down to a fierceful whisper. Evan thumbing through all of his options. Looks like Oyston is going to gain go again from the Compass of Sunken Depths.
Sending
And then
the
Conqueror of the High Seas comes in without go again. Still threatening 7, still threatening Arsenal Disruption. Colin Eriksen, very, very good at plunking defense reactions down into that Arsenal.
Yeah. With 40 life to spare, seems like a good time to maybe just give the 1 card and take a little bit of damage. Maybe he still blocks. He's got that blood on her hands in hand.
Evan is fiercely slamming all of these allies down on board, so our camera's gotten a little cattywampus. See if we can get over there and fix that in a moment. For now, we're going to be working a little bit of a Dutch angle here.
Just
Colin.
blocking with the armor and a card from hand, saving the defense reaction in Arsenal.
Balance of Justice at the ready. Be used at the moment that Evan dares to draw 2 or more cards. Blood on her hands, though. First power card played for Colin Eriksen. I think it was 4 copper, right? So it is Colin's.
The sweet spot.
Colin's sweet spot. 4 pennies and a dream.
This will be 4 with go again. Floating 2.
Colin Eriksen coming in for 4 go again.
Evan just snapped. No blocks.
Create a gold token.
Gold token created.
For 4 with go again.
I do think it's funny that our top 4 is all heroes that care about gold.
And then I will
Because Victor Goldmain, there was Kassai the Golden Sand, 2 gravies.
Gold is good.
Gold is OP. They say that all that glitters is gold.
I've heard that.
What do you think it means?
My turn. I will activate Gravy.
Time's up. Evan is activating Gravy Bones. Discarding yet another ally. Evan is really good at getting all those bones in the graveyard as soon as humanly possible.
Resource on
Dead Threads makes a resource plus golden
discarding
gold-baited
rigor mortis
hook,
to make a gold and draw a
sending
card.
golden tipple.
Lots of allies, like you said.
2 go again.
Question is, can he figure out a way to establish them all in one fell swoop and start making Colin's life a little bit difficult in terms of clearing?
Close combat chain.
Sure.
Golden tipple blocked out there,
Play
so
loot
no
the hold.
gold generated, or stolen rather, for Evan
We
Bridges.
will
Loot the Hold comes out to unlock the graveyard.
6.
And Rigor Mortis comes in for 6. With an on hit here, loot the hold resolved earlier means that on hit here, not only will a gold token be generated, but Evan Bridges will also force Colin Eriksen to discard a card. No issues here, though. Colin has the defenses to shore it up. 30 plays 40 in the favor of Colin Eriksen.
Mortis?
And bye goes Rigor Mortis.
2.
Any reactions?
Nope.
Just
I will create a vigor token. Off
happy to
Bridges'
pitch, get that vigor, clear the ally, and go next. Still a 40 life.
Okay, we've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4.
Evan having PTSD flashbacks as he sees every single one of his zombie soldiers dying all around him, screaming for their undead mothers.
Yeah, and this game is shaping up to be very similar to the last one. Colin seems to have this gravy hero figured out.
Draw.
Showcasing our point earlier, Grady has answers.
Yeah,
Okay, you were 2.
you just have to be willing to play Kassai.
A fate worse than death. Or even undeath.
Compass.
Oh, looks like Evan did bring in a Whaler Humperdinck. Seeing that fatigue is
We'll attack you with Swell.
on the menu for Colin Eriksen, wants to
I need blue off.
insulate himself from that. A Fearless Confrontation, that brand new expansion card from, I guess I can't call it an expansion card because it's usable in Crack Shuffle play.
Right, yeah.
The
A
bottom line
regular
is
card.
it's a Mastery Pack Guardian card. Goes into the pitch zone. Evan is at 5 resources floating at the moment. Limpet Hop Along seems tempting here. There's 2 yellow cards in Evan's hand. No more gravy activation here, so it's going to be really hard to get these allies into the bin. Means he's got a total of 9 resources here. He is 3 short from resolving Whaler and also sending Whaler. Really 2 short because Dead Threads is active. That is a frustrating place to be. If these 2 cards were blues, then Evan would be able to send 11 on this turn.
Yeah, that's huge. And the 7 life 2 to work with. It's that guy's a tank.
Okay, I have put an
Tank and also a cannon.
Yeah.
Yep, so gravy.
Okay, so we're gonna pay 4.
Evan making his move here. Looks like Chum is coming out
And then
of
we're
the
going to
graveyard, ready to play.
Play a Chum.
Dead Threads plus a yellow from hand means 2 Chums are on the board.
This might be a little challenging to clear, but Colin has 5 cards to work with.
Evan is chumming the waters here.
I was gonna create
Colin might have the answer. I mean, there is damage enough, that's for sure.
play Outland Skirmish.
This is a good start. Outland Skirmish giving the next attack +3. This is an even better start. 2 Outland Skirmishes, which means that this Saber is definitely going to kill
I
Chum.
will react by Blade Runnering.
Yep.
Also giving that hot streak go again. 2 copper created, fueling the next power card.
Come in for 4.
Is there a world where he clears both of these?
If I was this.
It depends on what is in his arsenal. So
I think it's
If
a
the ar-
D-react.
if it's a D-react, then
I
new.
will
There is no chance of that.
do-
If it was an in the swing,
It's
however.
an in the swing.
Oh, it's an in the swing.
Okay.
And down goes the second Chum in as many seconds.
All that hard work down the drain.
Wow. It's just heartbreaking to watch, isn't it? Gravy Bones puts so much effort into establishing these powerful allies, and Kassai just rends them apart.
Compass.
Yeah, it looks like just so hard for Gravy to keep anything meaningful. It makes me wonder, why more decks aren't capable of this. I know the double swing
Yeah.
with the swords is nice, but I mean, I guess Ninja is pretty good against Gravy Bones.
Ninja's good at
and-
this. I'm telling you, Fang is good at doing exactly this, too.
Sure.
Would you like to give me a gold?
And it could just be that we're, seeing a little bit of a low roll from all the gravies so far on camera. It can happen.
I think Evan might be somewhat falling into a Gravy Bones trap where oftentimes back in the Illusionist meta, it would be an okay thing to, for instance, establish 2 auras and pass or something like that. With Gravy Bones, the impetus is kind of on you to both resolve allies and attack with them. You've got to maximize their value, not just stick them on the board.
Yeah.
And that's why this deck is such a difficult puzzle.
I have to agree with you there. It's a shame for Evan's sake that he didn't have the blues he needed to establish that whaler. Still sitting in the graveyard, still hasn't found the moment for it.
Okay, and this is one of the ways that Gravy Bones can kind of level the playing field. Evan does have big fat attacks. Here comes Salt Swiftwater Sloop. 6 go again, thanks to the fact that a high tide keyword is active.
I will block 4.
Yeah.
And now Colin is forced to block here and there, and finally First Blood is drawn on the side of the Boy Wonder. 30 plays 38 now.
Kassai transforms into Slippy, still at full life.
Five's all right.
Follow up here is Enka, drag under. Colin, happy to take 5 here, down to 33.
All right, so, tying Zach in this moment, of course, 33 to 30. It actually looks a lot closer now after those hits landed.
I'll play it unsheathed, and I'll activate Kassai.
Unsheathed and a Kassai activation. 3 life points separate these two players, but the deck size is probably not even comparable.
Yeah, can we get a side view? I know sometimes the sleeves can be deceiving, but
So Colin Eriksen has a lot of cards. Evan still has a good amount of
hard to
cards.
say for sure. Might be a little closer than we think. I don't know if Evan decided to bring more than 60. Sometimes that's a way that you can shore up the fatigue by just stacking
possible.
all of the cards in your deck. Of course, that hurts your consistency, and maybe that's why we're seeing a little bit lower end plays on Evan's side.
Colin Eriksen raising an army of 1 Centauri Sellsword.
3 at Anka.
But in the ally race, Centauri Sellsword swinging definitely beats an Anka defending.
Yeah.
And Hot Streak connects for 2. Evan down to 28 here. 33 plays 28. In the favor of Colin Eriksen.
And I'll move to end.
Really wishes that the first Centauri Saber connected so that he could have raised an army for 2 Sellswords. But I don't think he's too upset with the way things have been playing out thus far.
Yeah. I mean, when the gravy's clearing allies, that's not exactly where he wants to be.
And Evan has found himself a blue off of a Saltwater Swell, removing that Centauri Sellsword. There's a ton of blood being drawn this game, and the majority of it is actually in the bodies of allies rather than the heroes themselves. And
Yeah, I don't think
in as many games, that's the second Conqueror of the High Seas discarded to chart the High Seas. 8 damage removed from Evan Bridges' deck.
Yeah, that one felt bad.
It's not ideal, but here comes Rigor Mortis for 6
Ooh,
after coming scrambling out of the graveyard.
5 resources left on the table.
Doesn't feel great, I'm sure. Especially when you kind of need to cheat those resources as best as humanly possible if you're going to pack a Whaler Humperdinck in your deck.
Yeah, does he have anything? No, he's at a go again.
2.
Oh,
Back over to Colin. 31 plays 28. Life totals are still very close. There's plenty of flesh and blood to play here, folks. Don't rule anyone out as of yet.
I'll play.
Colin with 3 cards,
And I'll activate Kassai.
one of them being an unsheathed activation of Kassai into Centauri Saber, paid for by a Vigor token from a previous turn.
5 go again. On hit, create a gold token.
yeah. Getting those golds back up, maybe thinking about another army in the future.
No trigger.
Evan blocks it out here. Blood in the Water plus
All right.
gold-baited hook.
I'll kill Rigor Mortis, remake Vigor.
And then the hot streak goes towards Rigor Mortis, limbs flailing into his watery grave. There's more copies of him
Dynamo.
in the graveyard yet to be played. But that Kassai activation was stuffed by Evan's blocks. Lucky enough for him.
Okay, attack you with Murderous Rabble.
Murderous Rabble is the first action resolve for Evan Bridges, coming in for 3 go again after revealing a portside exchange on top. What is the way for Evan back into this game, do you think, Michael?
Well, I mean, he's done a good job of keeping life totals even. Obviously, Colin favoring killing these allies means that every ally that Evan plays is extra life to work with. And he has found some moments to chip. I think those moments were Colin's choice, so it's not like he's forcing anything. I don't know what the deck count is. I think that's really the key. If Evan's playing these cards efficiently and actually keeping parity on the deck size, it may be that what we end up with is a fatigue situation in either player's favor. And like you said, we can't really count either player out, especially if Evan's able to get value on the blocking side from his allies.
Well, I think I figured out Evan's fatigue strategy here. There is a copy of Give No Quarter just revealed off of the Eye of Ophidia. Entirely possible that Evan is saving that Gold Kiss rum. Never mind, he's drinking it right now. There was a possibility that he was holding on to that Gold Kiss rum so that at some point he could get a double ally turn plus Whaler Humperdinck, swing Whaler Humperdinck.
Yeah, that is a very good, albeit challenging pitch stack to set up.
I don't think you even need to pitch stack it. As long as you are just sitting on the Whaler Humperdinck in the arsenal, you have a good blue to start off with, and then inevitably you end up with a blue flooded deck. It's pretty easy once you dwindle the deck all the way down to the last final cards.
But no, using that Gold Kiss rum, maybe has plans to make some more. Doesn't need it right then.
Exchange. Discarding Anka to make a gold.
Portside exchange for Evan Bridges, discarding Anka Drag under, creating a gold and drawing a card. Evan was very gold rich at certain points in this game. Now, on his last coin, it was just generated off that Portside exchange.
Tipple, discarding
Golden Tipple is the follow-up here, discarding Sawbones. I definitely think that Evan brought more than 60 cards into this matchup. It might be a fat deck situation.
And I definitely like that when you're facing down fatigue.
Take one. Compass.
Colin Eriksen takes one there, down to 26. Evan has eclipsed Colin in life total. For how long is the real question.
Yeah, definitely a much more even game here. Kind of felt like Colin was running away with it, sitting at 40, but now that I see the number 26, I'm starting to see that Evan has that offensive potential to really force Colin into decisions where taking damage feels more correct.
Evan Bridges in the tank here. It is a very difficult deck he's piloting, but it's important to mention his graveyard has not yet eclipsed his deck. Granted, if we were to add the watery grave pile to it, it would be pretty close. But he's not nearly as close to fatigue as I would think.
Portside exchange.
Colin Eriksen blocking with the second Raisin Army, I think, to go by the wayside. There are two in the grave. Only he knows how many are in the banished zone.
Yeah, and in this game of fatigue, it's really important to remember that swinging an ally and getting 2 cards to block it means that ally just went up 3-1 on the card exchange because you have to spend a card to kill it. I mean, I guess you don't have to if you don't give the Saber go again, but it's very common for that to be the case. The go agains are limited, and once Colin's out of them, he's no longer a dual-wield warrior.
Make a couple copper.
Spoils of War and 2 sword swings not only chew up Evan's Anka, but also threatens 2 extra damage. Will Evan respect that gold generation from Spoils of War? Colin already at his comfort zone of 4 copper for the next blood on our hands. I think he only has 1 more in the deck, and it was pitched very early.
I think you're right there. But like you said, he's at that sweet spot. 4 copper and 1 gold on the board.
We should be nearing pitch stacks at this point. Evan Bridges does not have a pitch stack because he's shuffled his deck several times. Colin Eriksen, however, has one set up neatly. Blood on our hands, I want to say, was even the first card pitched this game.
Yeah, it was very early.
Makes me wonder if Colin has brought extra cards into this matchup as well in preparation for fatigue. He's very used to this matchup going to fatigue. He had a very intense match against teammate Austin Summers at U.S. Nationals, both vying for a top 8 cut. Both narrowly missed, unfortunately.
Evan's graveyard is looking healthy. A lot of allies in there still.
Give me a shot of Sleepy Connor. There he is. Look at him.
Play Swabby.
He's so tired.
think both of us look more tired than he does right now. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know, dude. He's just so adorable, too. Just, like, let him... I want to get him, like, a dog bed and let him curl up for this last match. He can sleep on the table for all I care. Gosh, he's so tired. He's so tuckered out.
Take 3.
God, this man.
Pass.
No more contentious judge calls for Connor. He's too tired.
Colin taking 4, going down to 23.
What, is there a Flesh and Blood match going?
Kassai.
Shout out to Patrick Greasy, who's in chat, cheering on Sleepy Connor. Thanks, by the way, Patrick, for covering the desk at the last Open. You did a fantastic job. You did it as well, my friend, Michael Murray.
To start, which would be 2, were not for the fact that you're going to let me do reactions and make it 4 with go again.
Colin talking through his play lines in a cheeky sort of way. Swabby falls to a blade flurried
This will be 7.
hot streak.
On-hit crit gold token.
Followed up here by Centauri Saber, buffed up by a red Blade Flurry and a Blade Runner. So 7 damage that Evan readily takes.
Yeah, Snap takes it 23 to 21. Colin goes up to 2 gold. Evan also at 2. I actually think this game is really even. It felt so favored for Colin at first, but then kind of further we get, and I'm going to wait.
Kevin?
Hold on,
Kevin.
31 cards.
31?
Including the 4 that I'm drawing right now.
Including your arsenal?
Not including that one.
32.
So it's 32 all.
32 all.
32 all, but Colin has weapons. Evan does not.
Yeah.
Evan's weapons are his allies, and there are a lot of cards in his deck that simply do nothing. I have Ophidia for 1.
True.
So
Okay.
even though cards might be even, and granted, we're not counting the playable allies in Evan's graveyard at the moment, so he does have a little bit of a lead on Colin. I still would give the fatigue race to Colin as far as an edge goes for the moment.
I do think it is slightly favoring Colin in that aspect, but do keep in mind that while Gravy doesn't have weapons, if he's able to get all the cards out of Colin's deck with just an ally on the field, he can use that as a weapon just fine and end the game.
Evan has got to find a way to set up that Whaler Humperdinck in a meaningful way. If he can do that, I might be willing to believe that he can run away with this game.
Sure.
I mean, that's a huge swing in cards. The 7 life plus 11 damage, that's a 17. There it is.
And here he goes.
A lot more.
Okay.
I want to hook. Let's
How-
see. How much could you block? Could you block 1, 2, 3, 4.
Does Evan want to hook here? I almost
Yeah, it's not worth it.
kind of like him hooking here and
Yeah.
daring Colin to
Yeah.
block out, because that almost
I would trade the
In-
hook to get the full hand.
Yeah.
That means he can't kill
that he doesn't
Whaler.
get to kill Whaler.
Even with armor, I don't think he can do it.
And he certainly can't. Well,
I'm going to.
no, he could, because he's got 9 block in hand plus 2 on the Grains of Blood spill. In this case, he's just blocking 4, though, taking 7. Colin knows that he has to get rid of Humperdinck if he's going to win this game.
Yeah.
He has taken a chunk of Colin's life total. So I honestly wonder if that was too early for Evan to deploy Humperdinck, especially because he's got that copy of Give No Quarter left in the deck.
Yeah, it could have been. How many Whalers is he on? Is it just on
The one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think it's just a contingency plan for games that go late.
Swing at you. This is going to be 3.
Slice and dice. Going Evan Bridges' face. Centauri Saber for 3. No go again as of yet. Slice and dice is going to confer +3 on the back end. Plus that red Blade Runner is going to be more than enough to cover to kill that Whaler Humperdinck.
Yeah. So that late game contingency plan is now sitting at the bottom of the ocean.
Figured there's no way of 2.
Goodbye, goodbye.
And if you did have 2, that would make for a great stream moment, which is why I was thinking ahead.
Dude, when Colin... See, this is kind of why I think Colin is a bit of a heel. When he's feeling himself, he knows how to push your buttons just right. He's having a good time, but when you're sitting across from him, you're like, I want to kill you, Colin.
Oh, yeah. I know. I've been there.
Yeah. Fantastic guy. Absolutely love him. But yes, sometimes I just want to put him in the dirt. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I don't think there's been a time I felt that more than when he showed up to our armory with a entirely printed version
He does this so much.
of Phi, no art, just text of 60 card deck of just white paper and text, and expected us to be able to play a game against him knowing what the cards he was throwing at us were. And then being confused when we wouldn't block his on-hits like we knew what he was doing. And then he wouldn't even let me rewind. That was the worst part. I was like, oh, that has an on-hit? He's like, yeah, anyway, go next. And I was like, what the... Bro, like, let me take it back. He's like, what do you mean? You didn't block? You knew what it was.
I love Colin, but he is a little bit insane.
I want to shake you.
21 plays 16 here. It's back over to Evan Bridges, who has lost yet another ally to an outland skirmish and a sword swing. Golden Tipple going to discard Chum instead of a Sea Legs. I don't know how important that rum is now, especially when you still got a Tip the Barkeep in hand.
I'll block 3 here.
That's true. The Tip the Barkeep makes that a lot less valuable.
Sure.
Colin blocks that Golden Tipple because it was beefed up by the gold-baited hook.
And discard Sea Legs to make a Gold Kiss rum.
Evan activating Gravy Bones to make a Gold Kiss rum, but he did not pay for his gold as of yet.
No.
He should be out of gold now.
Combos.
Perhaps just taking shortcuts to get through this turn cycle as fast as humanly possible, but I'm pretty sure Evan should be deficient of gold.
1 gold.
Yep. Wait. No, 0, right? Because the gold...
Did he activate Gravy with a gold or not?
He had 2.
I'm gonna say that he's on it.
Yeah. Production says he had 2. Now he has 1. I'll take Production's word for it. The sock puppets are never wrong.
No, they're not. They're also cute to boot. Speaking of cute to boot, let's check in on Sleepy Connor. He's a little more astute. He's got a second wind in him.
Yeah.
Somebody jabbed some adrenaline into his arm. Oh, no. No, I saw a head bob right there. He looks into Colin's eyes like, what are you going to do about this? When do I get to drive home?
Chum, friendly first mate, coming out. Last copy of the game for Evan.
Take 1.
Colin committing a card to blocks, keeping his life healthy, sitting at 15 to 21.
Yeah. That last copy of Chum, because the other 2 were killed in one turn cycle by Colin Eriksen.
Okay. Yeah.
Draw swords is the first action here. Draws up a blue blade hit and run. All swords are free now, though.
Then.
Will Colin elect to remove this Chum? Oh, gonna make short work of it, I think.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's a lot of damage to put into it. I think he might be considering the value of sending this face, and then if he has another way to pump up to 6 on the second attack, I don't...
Yeah, I guess I'll kill
Yeah, he doesn't love it, but I think he knows that it's his
the right
opportunity.
decision. Because
this will create a
Colin,
token consideration.
both of the players are running out of threat density in their decks. There's just not as many numbers as when we first started here. Colin wins the race if he is just the last man standing with cards. And he knows that. So that's why removing the Chum, even though you're dishing a little bit of extra damage into it, is the correct decision.
Yeah.
The last thing he wants is to be blocking for his life while Evan still has allies on board.
Yeah, and when you are in a fatigue race, 2 cards traded for 1 is exactly what you want to be doing, and forcing Evan's hand with that Command and Conquer at the very least, forcing the arsenal out as Evan decides to use that last gold to use the Gravy Bones activation and just discards a Tipple. That's not good when you're trying to go to fatigue.
No, goodbye damage out of my deck.
Yeah.
Is what Evan Bridges just said.
Okay.
I almost said Evan Bones.
All right. Blocking 6. 6 is good.
Yeah, I don't...
Move to end.
That wasn't great. He's like, Colin staring into the camera.
What are you
What's that
looking
about?
at? Don't look at me. Play your game. What a heel, am I right?
Yeah.
Evan Bridges, 2 cards to work with. Oh, I see. Zach was behind the camera. He was taking a picture of Colin.
Okay, I better see this after.
He baited him.
Evan, really trying to rub those 2 brain cells in his cranium together and put together a victory here.
It's tough.
Let's crack a gold.
Not a lot to work with up there.
Poor guy. That Avast in the graveyard was blocked with, right? I don't think it was played this turn.
Yes.
4 cards in hand.
You sound really convincing.
I am.
know.
Let me tell you, most convincing caster.
Evan Evan asks if there are 4 cards in hand, which I don't think he's attacked Colin Eriksen. That's why he's laughing. Whoa, is that a spoiler, Justin? Holy, Blood Follows Blade is supposedly a spoiler that has come down recently. The yellow, 0 cost, warrior attack reaction, Kassai specialization, target sword attack gets go again. And when this hits, create a Centauri sellsword. That can't be right. Oh my gosh.
That's
Colin is
pretty
going to have
cool.
a field day when that card is legal.
Now you want to play Kassai.
Oh my gosh. I guess I kind of do. That's broken.
Golden Tipple coming out. 1 damage, chipping in.
All right. Okay. I know that was.
Man, the fact that Kassai is getting support when Colin Eriksen exists
Yeah.
is kind of a travesty, honestly.
Yeah, they definitely needed to wait for Colin to Living Legend, I think,
Oh,
before
man.
releasing that one.
Armories are going to be miserable. That's incredible. Is that on hit or on hit of a hero? Show me that card again.
Activate Kassai.
I'm looking at spoilers while these guys are playing.
Slice and Dice Yellow coming out.
Did you shuffle or do I actually not have the yellows?
It's on hit? That's freaking bonkers, dude.
Okay. Then excuse me.
Kassai showcasing, Colin, the names are kind of inextricable at this point. Colin showcasing that Kassai already has a pretty solid Gravy Bones matchup into whatever flavor of gravy comes his way. And now he has got a card that generates a Centauri Sellsword token on hit of a zombie, of a hero, whatever.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, the zombie.
Vomit.
Ooh, that's gonna make it his gravy matchup all the better.
Boy,
without
howdy.
a doubt.
Evan takes 3 here, down to 18.
3, 4, 5.
No blocks. Rations.
I'll make it 8.
But we do have a game to finish here, and it's still a close one. I think we've watched Evan kind of eke towards the lower end of his deck. I believe Colin is now probably ahead, although I can't say by how much in terms of deck cards in deck. 14 plays 10, so we're chipping down the life totals as well. And a Conqueror of the High Seas is a nice card to play when you're trying to fatigue. I mean, that's like a Guardian attack right there, as Colin has to give 2 cards and the rest of his equipment. Only 1 block remains in the form of the Grains of Blood Spill, and of course, the refreshing of the Dynamos can continue.
Final copy of Conqueror of the High Seas is expended in the Gravy Bones deck. Shall we check in on the size of each of these decks? Yeah, it's definitely heavier on the graveyard side for Evan Bridges, but so is it for Colin Eriksen.
Sending 5 now. Again, it's really just about the number printed on the card.
No, these
Fearless Confrontation coming out of the hand. This is not the use case for this card. It's usually either blocked with or discarded to save a chum from the watery grave. But in this case, Evan is faltering for damage. Gotta get it wherever he can. And this does come in for 5 at the cost of 3.
I do like this. I mean, you know, it's really just what is the number printed on the card. You're asking your opponent, how many cards will you give me for this 1? And trading 1 for 1 or bringing Colin down to 9 are both nice propositions in this moment.
If Dead Threads were active here, Evan could have drinking one of those 2 rums that he's got, then played out Sawbones and swung with Sawbones. That could be a turn that could really turn the tide.
Yeah, maybe not too late to string something together with those Gold Kiss rums. He has 10 life to work with, which is enough to say no blocks maybe one more time this game.
I would if I could.
He's got to make use of that rum somehow.
I'd like
Yeah.
to draw off gold.
Colin Eriksen drawing off gold. The one that he has in his coffers. The card drawn. Blue hit and run.
I'd like to play blood in her hand.
Yeah, blood on her hands.
Attack twice.
That's pretty good.
All copper expended for this last blood on our hands. Evan Bridges sitting at 10. This is going to be an uncomfortable situation for him, not the least because he has found himself a non-block in hand.
Yeah, and as I was saying, maybe Evan can tank 1 more hit. Colin says, not this turn.
Yeah, this is going to be
Go again.
more than 10 damage, if I know Colin
Yep.
Eriksen.
And this is going to be your Kassai?
Yep.
Giving up the
black
dead
four.
threads.
Do you have any yellows in here?
Plus a sunken
I have
treasure.
any- No, I think the idea was that I do not. You probably have yellows. You could turn your own yellows face down.
You've already done that for me. I'm turning over sea legs
Thank you.
for the camera.
Sunken treasure turns over sea legs. Thank you, Evan.
10 gold.
For the camera, he says.
Back up to 1 gold.
Your writhing in agony is the only thing I care about being on camera here, Evan.
No box.
Also means that Colin Eriksen has hit his pitch stack because we were waiting for the blood on our hands to indicate that we had made it.
Time it. It's right.
Yeah.
Blade Runner, wow, it feels like the 4th one I've seen this game, but I think that's just because I've seen Colin play back to back.
Then I will attack for 2, 5, 7. Go again.
7's a lot.
When you're at 8, that is a good number. Evan in the tank, trying to see if he can survive this game, this turn.
Compass.
Forget about winning the game anytime soon. His anguish has breathed new life into Sleepy Connor, who is perked up,
We're counting in the swings. One,
no doubt excited about the wrap-up and drive-home process.
He's counting in the swings. Signaling he does not want to block here. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. There's another sword coming in, right?
All right.
Yes, there is. There is another sword coming
I
in.
feel like you gotta
Okay.
Oh, wait,
take your
no,
3
no,
block
no.
here.
No, because Centauri sells.
Did he go sell
Centauri
sword, hot
swung
streak?
first and then hot streak, I think.
Right, so
Yeah,
can't he swing hot streak one more time?
he can hit swing hot streak one more time. It's not going to be the saber though, so that's cool.
I think Evan needs to block here.
Hit me.
No blocks.
Take 7. Go to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that last card in hand for Colin Eriksen is just a blue hit and run.
Triggers.
Yeah.
I definitely like pitching this hit and run to Grains of Blood
Yeah.
Spill and also Brave Forge
Let's create
Bracers.
a vigor token. Yeah.
There we
I'll
go.
close the chain,
Bigger
activate.
token.
You don't have any more weapon swings, right?
I have one more. Yeah.
One more?
Yeah.
This is for 3.
Yeah.
The last words from a Doom man.
Give it go again.
Colin at this point having a little bit of fun with his food, I think.
Oh, being at 1 against an attack reaction rich hero like Kassai is no fun.
I'll let you draw. I'm going to pitch Eye of Ophidia to attack you with Saltwater Swell. I'll opt 2. 1, 2.
I'll let Evan take the play-by-play on this
leave
one.
top
Yeah.
Like so. Pitching this golden tipple. Yeah. 1 go again.
One go again here against Colin Eriksen's 9
Sit down.
life.
No blocks.
Probably not going to be enough to get it done. Gold Kiss Rum is going to be a useful resource for Evan Bridges here. Blue has now entered the graveyard thanks to that blue saltwater swell.
Gold.
No, Evan instead cracking a gold. He knows the card on top is a blue.
Did you need the extra resource, or
I
is he just sending 5? I feel like he needs
So
to
he-
establish
he-
these allies.
He needs 6 resources if he's going to resolve both of these Sawbones. He needs 7 actually for the Mage Master Boots 2. I think if he wants to be able to attack with both of them.
Yeah, he's short.
No,
for
he's not going to
that.
be able to attack with both of them anyway.
Sawbones.
Okay, so it's Sawbones.
Yeah.
It's got to be a rum swing. Yep, good dog.
Sure.
6.
Go again.
6. Go again. Yes.
Yeah, is that and then Mage Master Sawbones again?
He
Important thing
can't
is
Mage
we're gonna
Master here
focus
because he
on
doesn't have
enemies.
dead threads. So he would need 4 resources in order to Mage Master Boots, play Sawbones, and swing with Sawbones,
Okay.
but he blocked with the dead threads on the previous turn.
Yeah.
Evan feels really good about passing here, and I can tell because he lingered on the
If I
S
had
when he
if
said
one more
pass.
release,
Yeah.
Then I could.
I'm lying. He feels
The
terrible when he does
telltale
that.
sign of a happy flesh and blood player.
Long, drawn-out syllables. That's actually kind of a universal thing, isn't it?
True. Especially relevant at the final tables.
Yeah, I'm thinking of every time I've ever gone. Yep,
You know-
that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm never happy when I'm doing that.
Interesting.
Attack for 2.
Move to the reactions.
Colin Eriksen swinging
This
for
is
2 at Evan
go again at the
Bridges.
moment.
It has go again now.
Okay. Prevent.
Evan is preventing 1 of the
one
2 damage. Oh,
Attack this one.
Colin is swinging at Sawbones.
So
Evan is
hits
dictating
are
Colin's
good.
turns in order to make this game go longer.
Is that?
Pay into grains of blood spill. Close chain.
That sword was given go again thanks to a blue Blade Runner. Activating Braveforge Bracers is Colin Eriksen. I lied. There's another Blood in Her Hand still left in the deck.
Yeah.
No.
The other Sawbones has been killed. Evan, finally, without a face-up ally in his graveyard. For the first time since the outset of this game, really.
I'm gonna call to the grave.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Evan is calling to the grave
I'm gonna
when he has absolutely no
Gets
allies.
the back alley break line. Surely he can use those action points. Just thinning his own deck.
Thank you.
For fun, let's check in on Sleepy Connor. I'm sure he's feeling really good about this.
Yeah, he's tuned in.
This is the most tuned in he's been all day. Excitedly watching Evan circling the toilet bowl. Oh, what? Did you hear that?
That one.
Oops, we got to be quiet, boys.
Oh, I'm so glad he heard it.
one action player remaining.
Fearless confrontation. Sent for 5.
Well, there you have it. Proof that they can, in fact, hear us.
Alright, I'll play
Yeah, we had to find out, right?
Glad it wasn't a game-defining moment and rather a
salty when they're washed up and have
ego-defining moment.
Wow, Evan's throwing shade from the feature match. Oh, Sleepy Connor loves it, so I'll
Yeah.
take it all day long. How's Moises doing? Moises can't believe it.
Yeah.
He doesn't allow that kind of talk in his household. He's a sweetheart. Evan Bridges, however,
Me?
2 at Evan Bridges, who sits at 1.
Go again.
Surely
I'll just run through.
Got him.
this is looking like the last few turns.
Trigger. I'll create a gold token. This is going to come in for 4.
Dotting the T's, crossing the I's if you if you're calling.
Evan
Finishing things up.
Make a vigor token.
Evan having a think, realizing that he still has no way to win this game.
The allies.
Huzzah.
The
Sock
writing is on
puppet.
the wall.
Sock puppet producer Justin is sweating
I'll pitch
because he knows that our deposit on top deck keep is slowly dwindling because Evan Bridges won't concede.
Did you remember to hook Fearless Confrontation?
Fearless confrontation blocked out by 2 hit and runs.
I'm just trying to waste as much of Bryce's time as possible.
I knew it. I knew it.
How many cards in deck?
4 to 2.
Michael, I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm solo casting this one.
Okay.
Viewers at home, I hope you are entertained. We turned this into a preview of Super Slam as we go into wrestling mode. Bryce choking out Evan live, running back to the booth.
My discard.
A crazed man just ran into Evan's player cam and forced him to concede, extending the fist bump and winning, taking it all down is Colin Eriksen, setting a brand new record for the number of AGE points brought to the Players' Championship. The boy wonder indeed. Congratulations to the Kassai that could.
Wow, you've really been holding that volume in, haven't you?
Yeah, I really have. And shout out to Evan Bridges for being such a good sport.
Absolutely. We love the guy, and he's the perfect villain. You love to hate him, and you hate to love him.
Yeah, better said, nothing else has been this day, Michael. Clearly, syntax is a challenge for me at this point, so we're going to proceed rapidly to a break, and we'll have a very quick interview with our winner, Colin, the Boy Wonder Eriksen, after this. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, folks. We're joined here with Colin of the Golden Sands, taking it down. You got the match, you got the day, you got the year. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling elated. I just every step of this day was awesome. Like it was first just coming out, see if we can get there. I heard something about maybe getting the most points, and I was like, all right, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, one step at a time.
Exactly. Yeah. Starts off well, lose round 2, and I'm like, this happens a lot. So it's fine. It's fine. And we end up clawing it back. And then they're telling me about the points, and they're like, yeah, so okay, if you get top 4, you get a new record. But if you get top 4, you're facing Zach, who, if you lose to him, he could tie my record. And he was saying that because I had the previous record, I get tiebreakers or whatever. So I had to stop that.
There it is, right
And-
there on the screen. 114
114, and I don't know. We just kept going. There's a point in the day where you just keep doing matches, and they all they don't blend together, but you kind of lose track of time. And I don't know. It's been 9 rounds.
Yeah, it's been a grind of a day for us in the caster booth. We saw a ton of bangers, and let me tell you, casting bangers is exhausting. Getting that amount of energy back to back to back. By game 4, I was already fatiguing. It was actually kind of intense. But we made it to the end. You made it to the end. You ground it out. And we've got a lot to talk about. But one of the things I actually want to do is see your reaction live to this Kassai spoiler.
Yes.
Producer Justin, can we bring that up on the screen?
Blood follows blade. Kassai specialization. Yellow warrior attack reaction. Target sword attack gets go again. And when this hits, create a Centauri sellsword token.
Thoughts?
That is good. That is
Yes, sir.
That is everything we want. That is 0 cost. That is go again in reaction speed, and you create a Centauri sellsword token.
It's yellow too.
I know.
It turns on your hero power. This thing is insane.
That is great. And more sellswords. I get to pull out the the cool art, and oh my gosh, that is really cool. And that, hey, if Kassai wasn't doing well enough, I think this will just be another step. They've been giving her extra cards, I think, every set. And
yeah. Now, I got to say, watch out Gravy Bones. If this wasn't already a tough matchup, it just became a lot harder.
This hits?
When it hits, you can clear allies.
You can
buy sellswords. That's right.
Wow.
This one's going to hurt Gravy a lot. And, I was talking to Bryce about how I wanted to see answers to Gravy in the expansion slots. And, I don't know that Kassai needed the ansers, but there it is.
We'll take them.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's good into every matchup, though.
That's good into everything. That is a main board card that is just 3 better cards.
Yeah, you're probably replacing your slice and dices at least or something like that.
Slice and dice, probably maybe the yellow blade, or probably not, honestly. Probably both, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It depends on what you want for go again density versus threat density, but
true. But
that's a banger.
That is awesome.
Woo.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow, I'll be honest, I heard, because I saw Zach running around and showing everyone going, no, you can't show Colin, you can't show Colin.
I'm glad he did that.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this? Is this? I initially thought this was something that happened in our match, there was a game rules violation, and I'm like, did I do something?
Oh no!
I'm gonna come
you're
over
not
here
allowed to
and then
stare
just
into the
match
camera
canceled.
and make faces. Actually, that's illegal. And we saw you do that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man, no players championship then. All right.
Speaking of that game, though, that was hilarious. The way it all ended, y'all
was
being
great.
able to hear us, and especially that last comment that Bryce made.
Yeah, we heard one comment before the match. We kind of told Justin. I didn't really hear anything.
Yeah.
And then we get towards the end. He plays his 2 sawbones, and oh man, Evan is in the toilet bowl right now.
Yeah, and honestly, it was a very close game.
Day.
Just a few cards different by the time it all ended. Your Blonde on our hands turn at the end did kind of swing the life totals and really just seal the deal. But the whole kind of game, we were acting and talking like you really had it sealed, and then you counted your decks, and it was 32-32, and we're like, oh.
No,
wait,
it
was
still kind of even.
Close.
He brought 66.
Yeah,
and
we figured.
Well, yeah, Gravy does have kind of a tendency to fizzle out towards the end. I've lost matches to Gravy Bones, to literally them sending Fearless Confrontation off of Realm and Fearless Confrontation.
Yeah.
Because the deck totals do get that close. But I don't know that. Honestly, I'm glad we got both those games on stream, because those were the 2 kind of opposite ends. I know Zach was a bit of a shorter one, but
do you think that the game against Zach was more the deck sort of clunking up and drawing poorly, or do you think it was more the deck construction and the way you match up into his deck versus Evan's?
It's a little bit of both. I think it was definitely more that his deck just wasn't working out. There were a lot of times where he wasn't quite able to get into that flow where he's attacking and playing allies, and then I have to kill the allies, you know.
Sure.
And it gave me a lot of space, and then with more space, then so there's a health lead, and then suddenly I'm just hitting face, and I no longer really need to care about like long-term like health totals, and that just spiraled. But yeah, I certainly lost to Gravy against Zach before. To be fair, this isn't Zach just like whip. I think this is Zach whiffing and not anything about like player to player.
Yeah.
Right.
No, because the thing is, he brings a very different Gravy list.
For sure,
And
yeah.
I was curious about your insights about whether you fear his list more or less than your standard Gravy list.
So, I would say, I might say I'm a little bit more worried about the standard Gravy list. But I do kind of like his list. I think I'm a bit biased towards Zach's list. I'm a big fan of ley lines, and when I was messing around with Gravy, my list was pretty similar to his.
Okay.
And yeah, it's cool. I think his list, it's a little bit of like matchup variance where like Evan's deck is a little bit better into some matchups because he has the more swells and
it seems like it paired
go
better
against.
into your deck specifically, the decks that are trying to fatigue the Gravy out because it has the higher top end and the higher threat density in the form of attack actions.
Yeah.
But it definitely, he's got less allies, less threatening allies, and then it seemed like Zach really just had such a large density of allies that he couldn't really use, but I think that's because his deck just wasn't cooperating.
Yeah, his deck kind of wasn't cooperating. But there was power in that deck. During the game, he like pitched double give no quarter. I'm looking at his graveyard, and it's like Humberdinck, Sawbones, and I'm like, okay, stuff is coming. I needed to I needed to rush him down because in that matchup, I don't think I could have just like waited around and fatigued.
Right.
And in some ways, I kind of like that. I'm really partial to like decks where, in the long run, I'm winning, right? Which allows so like if we're equal, I'm better. And that is
you've got weapons, you've got sort of like that grindy potential.
Yeah, and you've got something, whether it be some kind of combo or some kind of.
And you brought that out with the blood on her hands at the end. I think that's like your example of you kind of stay even until the spike, and maybe they don't have that same spike.
Right.
So,
for sure.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to present you with the final medal of the year, the AGE Champion August 2025. The only medal for August. For the West.
Well,
I remember the first time I gave you one of those, and we put it on your head, and it just kind of stayed there. The first and last one this year.
Yeah.
Is that the only two you've won? The first and the last, and the rest you've just gotten second.
Sorry,
consistently,
only two.
114 points.
But yeah, a lot of top eights got a second, and then I don't know. I mean, like. I think a lot of the points did come to just consistently doing well, right?
Yeah. Is the worst AGE showing you had when you played Gravy? 3-3?
Yes. If you don't count the AGE where it didn't show up.
Right.
But yeah, that was Gravy Bone. So
I don't know, man. You're making Kassai look S tier and Gravy look maybe B tier at best.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And listen. There are a lot of people I want to prove this deck to, but if there is one, it is Brian Gottlieb saying, "Imagine if I was playing a good deck at U.S. Nationals on stream."
Yeah.
As I'm trying to showcase it to the people.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, I know.
Brian, he's winning here now. Most points ever gained at an AGE on Kassai for all of them. The only time he brings an S tier deck. He goes 3-0 at 3-3.
Yeah.
I don't know if that says more about you or Gravy, but
definitely Gravy. Gravy probably sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's overhyped. I think that the only reason he's winning is because you have the best players in the world on Gravy. If those players picked up Kassai, guess what?
Think
Kassai's S tier overnight. Put
for
Michael
sure.
Hamilton on Kassai, he wins worlds easy. Easy.
I think, yeah, the players like Michael Hamilton, just such a deep knowledge of the game, they would excel at Kassai. They being able to, like, especially rewarding matchup knowledge.
Pablo
and all
Pintor
of
on
these things.
Kassai,
Pablo
he would
Pintor,
be an absolute
I think,
champion.
Did Pablo Pintor actually play Kassai at
I don't know,
Singapore?
did he?
I think so. So if he played Gravy? Oh, he played Gravy.
Unlucky. Yeah, we gotta talk to
Unfortunate.
these people,
Okay,
man. If
well,
you're in a room
yeah.
filled with gravy bones, bring the Kassai.
Yeah.
Bring it. We're telling
This
you.
is the sauce.
We're solving it out here in Southern California live for you on stream.
I know, and I think this might be the list. Like this is
I
pretty
mean,
good. I'm a little.
especially with the
yeah.
new card.
Especially with the
don't,
new
is that
card.
out in time for Worlds? I think it is.
I think it's out in time for Worlds, not in time for the Players
Okay.
Championship, but
No.
Worlds.
No.
So
Surely we'll let you
Yeah.
proxy it.
oh, for sure,
Oh,
yeah.
don't tell LSS. We didn't
Yeah,
say that.
we can proxy it. But yeah, I think at Worlds, unless that ban and restriction announcement in September is going to do anything, I think
yeah,
Kassai
no,
is a
imagine they
force to be
cut her down the moment she finally starts to
God.
shine.
See, a bunch of my teammates have been saying ban Valiant Dynamos. You better not ban Valiant Dynamos.
Why
'cause
would
that,
we need to do that?
that-
Are there
exactly.
NES
Why-
tier warriors?
Why would we do? A Warriors never LL'd. There's no reason to ban
That's
Valiant
true.
Dynamos.
Yeah.
None at all. So definitely don't do that for the September BNR.
In hard agreement.
Of
Well,
course. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, Colin. I am exhausted. Do you have any shout outs, anything you want to get off your chest? Any last thoughts before we wrap it up for the night?
Shout out to just first of all, friends and family. It's really cool just being able to share this.
this is great.
I sent the stream to a friend and they were like, "Is that my culinary teacher, Anthony Zacella?" And I was like, I guess so.
Yes, it is.
And apparently it is. So I don't know. It's cool seeing
Ooh,
everyone.
you watched
there.
him misplay bad on stream. That one was brutal.
Oh man, I'll have to see
Yeah,
that.
catch it. You'll see exactly the moment I'm talking about. It's a
Okay.
painful one, and it was a close game. It really came down to
Would
that
have decided
play.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the worst.
Yep.
Oh man, but yeah. Besides that, I mean, I got to shout out, of course, the AGE team,
Yeah.
like helping me practice. Just recently, it was Moises grinding out games, Marcus, and it's been like so many people that because I'll be honest, as much as I do like that I'm, performing well and getting the points. There is that team support. I could not
Yeah.
be here without my teammates, and
Yeah,
I think that deserves a shout out.
It's so helpful to have that consistent practice against really good players. That's what
Yeah.
gives you the edge, especially in really tense moments. And of course, all the reps you've gotten showing up to every
sure.
AGE, and you've gotten very comfortable on camera, I got to say.
Very
I
comfortable.
didn't see any nerves today.
That definitely helped.
Yeah.
Yeah. That like today that was one of the things that I was like, okay, just no nerves. I took a walk outside and
It's an
I don't know.
it's an awesome accomplishment.
it,
really.
it feels great. And it feels great to see that growth. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And
Looking forward
Yeah.
to the Players' Championship. Number 1 seed means you get to pick first or second for every game
it's
in
gonna be
Swiss.
exciting. Yeah. And no enigmas to shut me down.
True.
But there are Zachary Wallachs. So.
That's true too. I bet he
figure that
goes
out.
home seething and brewing
Oh, of course.
just to beat you.
Yes. And I'm hoping we can get a Kassai mirror in the Players' Championship.
Oh, you think he's gonna switch to Kassai to take you down?
I don't know if he is, but I'm
Oh,
hoping I
boy.
can convince one of the 15 others.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, I wonder who would do it. Yeah,
We'll see.
I heard Ryan Brown was maybe thinking of hopping off Acilia. He might be the one to convince.
Maybe. Yeah, it's a pretty good deck.
All right. Well, thank you so
love to see
much. Thank you all at home for tuning in and watching it through. And until the next AGE East and or the next Players Championship, y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next time.